Hey geeks, Bright2J, back with another episode of Yay Toys, and today's review is going to be on the S.H.Figuarts Iron Man Mark III. This is the armor that he wore toward the finale of the movie that started it all. This is the Mark III. I have been waiting for this figure for a really long time. I had picked up the original Marvel Legends Iron Man Mark III because I love the movie so much. I actually just watched it the other night, and it really still holds up. So yeah, we finally have a Figuarts version of Mark III. So let's crack this bad boy open and check it out. So here is Iron Man Mark III, and I have to say, I'm really liking this figure a lot. You pretty much get the best of both worlds in this figure. You get the dark red, the hot rod red, just like on the 46, but you also get the same bulkiness as of Mark VI. This was the armor that he used during the battle against Obadiah Stane in the first Iron Man film. And like I said before, I watched it again for the first time in a while, and it still holds up. It's still one of my favorite, if not my favorite, of the Marvel movies. So, yeah, let's talk about this figure. So, you get the hot rod red paint. You get the older arc reactor, because this was the first one. This is the one he built out of a box of scrap. And, you know, it's a really nice figure. That's the original helmet. You get the rounded shoulder pads, just like you had in the Mark VI. I think they went back to the older ab crunch, which is really great. So you get a lot of range of motion in there. I do love all the paint lines, all the paint detailing, really clean work. There's a little gap back here, which it's kind of like a stopping point when you want to get him in flight poses. His head goes in that perfect range too, so like if you want to have him pose flying, it'll look really nice on your shelf. So Iron Man being the Mark III being the shortest one of the armors, because as the franchise went on, and as every suit went on, they got taller. So let's take out 6. 6 is still one of my favorite Figuarts. And I'm not taking 42 off the couch, because frankly, 43 is exactly 42, just inverted. So let me move my camera back a little bit so you get all of them in frame. All right. So if you look, where this Iron Man is just shy of 6 inches, he is about 6 inches. He's just a drop over 6, at least I think. But I mean, my measurements aren't exactly that accurate, but you can just see from the eye that 3 is definitely the shortest one out of them all. Yeah, let's put these guys back. And he actually, like I said, this is actually one of my favorite armors, because this is the one that started it all, and I'm really happy with it. So, as for articulation, we already mentioned the head and the neck, so the perfect amount of, you know, movement and range that you want. These are on a hinge, so these lift up. You have the pull-out method. So all the Iron Man figures have this. So you get that extra articulation. arms go all the way around as well. He does have the upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. He does have full wrist rotation, and that lifts up as well. Diaphragm joint, ab crunch, a lot of ab movement in there. He does have that pull down method, like all the other SHF. He does have the upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees that bend in pretty far. He does have the the ankle articulation. It's limited because of the older, bulkier style guards on the leg. Those do hinge up in the back, and the feet are die cast. And he also has the toe articulation. So you're getting the best of both worlds out of this figure. I mean, for those of you that collect SHF Iron Man figures, you see what I'm talking about. So yeah, this figure, I really, really like it. Now, as for the accessories, so it almost looks like they went back to the older style accessory for the like the flames and like the thrusters. So like, you know, you get the really nice shading with the white bleeding into the orange into the yellow. So you get two of the long ones. You get two of the shorter ones. And then you get two thrusters. SHF went back to the old style for this figure, with the pieces that pop out. So on 6, he had a bunch of flaps that were removable. So on 3, you get the same thing, but just for the back. So these come out, and then you just align the proper one, and these go in here. So if you guys want to like pose him around where he's flying, and then they'll take like the thrusters and put them in the boot. You know, like, that looks really cool. Like, you could actually have him where he's flying around. So yeah, he also comes with alternate hands, because, you know, Iron Man is not Iron Man without alternate hands. So, aside from the default fists, you get the karate chop or flight hands. You get two of those. You get two open palm hands. And then, of course, you get the hands with the peg sticking out for the flight effect, or the repulsor effect. So, just simply take the hand and then plug it in like so. And then they also went back to the older style for these flaps on the wrist guards. So basically, what you would do is you would take the guard off, take the hand off. Right? You could put the hand on. I mean, you could put the guard on before you put the hand on. I just find it easier this way. So then you take the wrist guard, and then you just line it up proper. That's like a little L shape. I don't know if it's popping up there. There you go. So, see, it's like not a straight square or rectangle. There's a bit of a cutout. So what you would do is just take the guard and plug it on. Of course, it's being tricky. There we go. So you just, they don't fall off. Like, I know where a lot of people complain about Mark 42 having that issue, and then they later corrected it on 43. On Mark 3 alone, it's perfect. They don't fall off. In fact, when I took it out of the box yesterday, and I wanted to like play around with it, I had a really hard time taking the wrist guard off. So that's pretty cool that, like, you know, they don't give you that trouble anymore. Let's see, anything else I want to talk about this figure before I wrap up here? It's a pretty awesome piece. I found it at Image Anime. So, you know, he cost me, it was like 80 after tax or something like that. So not super pricey for a Figuart. Because I know some of the other ones are pricier. But that also depends on if they're like web shop and stuff. But Iron Man, he's worth it because Iron Man is one of my favorite comic book characters. Robert Downey, one of my favorite actors in the cinematic. I mean, outside of the cinematic as well. But, and then just the Mark III was so intimidating in that scene where he, you know, just destroys the 10 rings, you know, in Chimera? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was Chimera, where, like, he just, you know, got his revenge on that, you know, the tub of lard guy, where he's like, he's all yours. So, yeah, I really love this figure. I think it's great. The only issue I have with mine, really, is, like, the flaps, they come out a little easy, but that's nothing to really, you know, gripe over. You know, like, you just gotta make sure you just press them in good and make sure I got the proper flap there. Yeah, just make sure you press them in good. You know, and, you know, they don't fall out, so. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. So you could find this video on InnerCityGeeks.com, as well as my YouTube channel, Yay Toys. My Facebook page is going to scream Yay Toys. If you guys are on Twitter, follow me. I'm at BRI_2J, so Bry2J. I'm on Instagram at both Bry2J and Yay_Toys. So that's there. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys get around to it, don't wait too long, because, you know, prices can go up. It does happen. I've seen it happen. Definitely pick this figure up, especially if you're collecting all the SHF Iron Man figures like I am. And, yeah, just buy this thing, huh? All right, well, that's it for me, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.